Hi Maddox, this is Daria from meshbodyaddicts.com, and today I'm doing a review of the Catwa Cathy mesh head. Now I am a little bit behind on this one, so I'm sorry about that. Been getting over the flu, but hopefully I don't cough in your ears too much. If I do, I apologize in advance. Okay, so first of all, let me just quickly go through what I'm wearing because I know I'm terrible at remembering to do that. So if we take a quick look here, my rain boots are by Adams, and I'm wearing these today to match my vinyl outfit, which I'm totally in love with. This release from Vinyl is coming out for the Liaison Collaborative, which should be open now. The Lenka rain jacket is this outer area, obviously, and the skinny dress goes inside it. It comes with two different options, one being more of a matte and one more of a shine, and I'm just completely in love with it right now. So I've been wearing this for the last day or so, stomping around SL. I don't care what season it is. It's rainy where I am. And of course we have Mr. Flappy, who's by Half Deer. A lot of people ask me about Mr. Flappy. He's part of a gacha that Half Deer did a long time ago, and he's just my long-term companion. The hair is Trouble by Magica, and today I'm wearing a skin by Glamour Fair that's coming out at Collabor 88 later on today. Oh god, I really need to clean my inventory. Any minute now. And that's Danny. So this is the Danny Catwa mesh head applier, which you'll be able to see when I start looking at the Cathy head. So that's all the basics out of the way. Let's get stuck into it a little bit in terms of the head. So this is another Catwa release. What is it? Her fourth now? Her fifth now? Bento mesh head. And this head is a bit different to some of the others that she's done, and that's purely just from a facial construction point of view. Cathy feels a little bit softer to me than maybe some of the others have, and I've just got her on the default facial shape right now because I thought I tend to play around with them a lot before I do the review, so I may as well just let you guys watch and see how I tend to play around with the heads when I'm looking at them. So this is just the default shape it comes with. As you know, with Bento, you are able to adjust the shape to your own preferences. And that's what I'll do. I'll also move my unrigged hair a little bit because it's cutting into my face, and that's just going to bug me forever. So let's have a quick look at the Catwa HUD. So Catwa updates quite frequently, and this is version 2.14 I'm looking at. Everything that you are familiar with in terms of hair and mouth and lashes, showing and hiding different parts of the body like the ears and throats and all sorts, the body fat. The main difference here is the reset look area, which is really handy, because I know quite often, especially having so many makeup layers with Catwa, you can end up in a situation where you have, say, freckles on a layer, but you don't know what layer, and no matter how much you're clearing layers, you can't get rid of it. So resetting here will reset all of the layers for you, okay? So that's just a cool little addition. Of course, we have brows, eye makeup, and neck tattoo, and for those who haven't used Catwa heads before, there are two layers. So we have the lower layer and the upper layer. And you can control those between blend and mask, and give them some sort of in-between value if you're getting some kind of flickering, or you can choose, of course, to go into blend mode, so to go into mask mode to make it completely mask. Blushes and lipsticks and the built-in skins and ear tattoos and all sorts of things. So that's a quick run down the main HUD that you get with it. For the animations HUD, you get the full facial expressions that come with all of Catwa's Bento heads, and we'll just go through all of these. I love this emoticon, by the way. Sunglasses dude has always been my dude. And kisses and all sorts, and so you get all of these with the head. You can of course purchase extra animations from Catwa, or any Bento animations will generally work with any Bento mesh head. That's because they're just animations. And by just animations, I mean the head wasn't specifically created frame by frame to do an animation. It was rigged instead to respond to bone movement, and animations just move bones. So most, if not all, expressions or, Bento animations will work with it. So talk animation, we can make her neutral or depressed. When she talks, that just changes how gloomy she looks. Tears and eyes AO, I generally always keep mine on, especially with Bento mesh heads, because it will keep your eyes in alignment and following especially the moods and the expressions. I've got to go through quickly just the eyes here, levels of openness. You can go from awake to stone to just downright asleep. And you can get blinking by clicking this double triangle. This gives you a normal speed blink. If you click just one, she'll blink super slow. Not really sure why anyone wants to blink super slow, but hey, far be it for me to judge you. Lips. So this is just the default look of the mouth when I'm wandering around doing whatever it is that I'm doing. I generally keep mine closed, otherwise, I don't know, sometimes it looks like she's trying to catch something in her mouth when I'm walking around, and I don't like that. Anyway, moving right along. So to edit a Bento head shape, we do just like we do with the system head. We go to Appearance, Edit Shape, drag our little Appearance editor over here, and we start looking at the head sliders. So we can make our head bigger or smaller, or, oh, damn, that's looking awesome. Stretch the head to make it longer or squarer. Make it more round, and this is roundness is something that you may want to play with if you're one of those people that likes that really soft round look. Making the head shape nice and round. I'll just keep hitting undo because I'm really just roughly going through these. Now brow. Brow size is generally pretty small. Careful with going too crazy with brow, because when you're looking straight on, sometimes you can't see it, but then when you look at it side on, it's like, whoa! That chick be looking weird. So whenever you make a change, always make sure you do a quick pan just to the side, just to make sure in profile you haven't ended up looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Cheeks puffiness. Cheek puffiness can be handy, especially when you're dealing with skins like Glam Affairs tend to, that have some detail around the eye. You don't want to stretch that out too much. And if you do try a skin on and you're getting a lot of it just looks really stretched under here, the slider that you're going to be looking for is eye bags. So you see if I drag this down, how it's starting to look really warped. This is the one that can really throw skins off. So if the eyes don't look quite right with the skin, play with the eye bags, because you'll be surprised at just how much difference it'll make just to either have it at a small value or at no value. Puffy eyelids, because the eyelids are so small inside, that doesn't really do much apart from just puffing out the eye area generally. Eye pop you don't really want to play with because, well, in this case it's not rigged. With some heads it is, and wow, that can look really funny. Have one eye poking out more than the other. Ears, so let's take some hair off. Ear size, so you can control your ear size with Bento heads. You can, with some heads, have a little bit of movement with ear angle. I've found usually it's just ear tips that work with Catwa Bento heads. So if you do want to create a bit more of a pointy elven look, you can. I won't, because I don't want to. Nose. So this is when you're looking at skins and when you're looking at choosing a mesh head, mouth, eyes and nose all sort of tend to come in together into play as to whether or not I like the way it looks. And I think that you'll find you're probably the same. So play around just a little bit with sliders just to see if what you're not liking is the head itself, the skin, or the shape, because now, of course, you've got to consider all of those things. And I recommend if you get a mesh head and you screw up the shape, or you just need somewhere to start, if you go to the Add button in Inventory, go to New Body Parts, and then go to New Shape, it'll create a new shape up here. And so I might put Catwa Test. And what you'll see is it'll put me in the default SL shape, which with Catwa heads actually works really well. So most Catwa heads by default work well with the default shape, and that can give you a really good place to start from. Now, it does throw the body out a bit, obviously. That's always going to happen. But I find it easier to adjust the body than I do to adjust the head. So it really depends on what works best for you. As you can see, I've got about 1,000 million versions of shapes by now because I edit mine all the time. So that's it really for this particular head. I really like it. I've actually been wearing it a bit more than I thought I would be. I find Kathy to be just a bit softer generally with facial features than some of her other heads have been. And she's also almost reminiscent of a bit of a Katwa Kimberly mix. But remember, if you're looking for a soft face or a more angular face, 90% of that is going to be skin and choosing the right skin. For soft skins, like obviously Glamour Fair, Amara Beauty makes some really nice soft skins. For those who want a bit more angular, bit more of an angular look, sort of supermodel look, or just more detail. More detail, you go to Details, go to YS and YS, and start really experimenting with the different types of highlights that the skins have in them, because it really will change the way that you look. And I'll show you quickly, if I can find it. Yes, I know, I need to clean my inventory. It's a mess. Okay. Let's look at, just got to find my HUD that I've saved everything in, which I know is an old version. But I'm slack and that's how I roll. Add. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here is some I prepared earlier. So this is an atomic one. This was from the gacha at the arcade last year. By the way, designers, if you're listening, see how they've got these little icons that tell you what the skin is? These are awesome. Please do them. I will love you for life. This is Glamour Fair, I think. And then there's Amara, and another Amara one, and another Amara one. And you can see just by flicking through different skins, and I mean, there you have the default one. So you can get super different looks just from different skins, and I can't stress that enough. So before you choose which head you want to use, make sure that you go out there, you grab skin demos and start applying the skin demos. See what you like, and see if what you like really matches with the shape that you're creating, because it is a balancing act, I know, and it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. But once you get it to a certain point that you like it, for most people that will be enough. For me, it never will be, because I must play with everything forever and ever. Alright guys, that's it for me. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next review. Thanks, bye!